Hi, today we're going to sublimate on a 20-ounce skinny ombre tumbler. These tumblers are available on Etsy at Blanks by Trill. Link will be in the description box. So first, after you print out your design, I like to line it up on a paper as perfect as possible. And I review and lift the paper back and forth just to make sure that it's not overlapping, and if it is overlapping, make sure it's not overlapping too much that it will leave a line. Once I make sure my design is secure, I pull the paper really tight and secure it with some heat resistant tape. I like to place the tape in the middle, top and bottom, to secure the design. Once that is complete, I will pull a long piece of tape out and put it along the bottom of the cup. For me, this helps to make sure that if I'm doing a full cover transfer, that is covered completely. You don't have those white spots to the bottom. So I'm going to pull the tape tight, really tight along the bottom. I'm going to repeat the same step to the top portion of the cup. I apologize for my hand being in the way. I thought the camera angle was better than it is, but it's not, unfortunately. So after I secure the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and secure the top. Like I said, making sure that you have this tape tight to the bottom along with the top would ensure that you don't have any white spots when you're subbing your tumbler. Now pull your tape really tight. Tighter, the better it'll be. And make it go all around. Once I have my tape secure, I go ahead and review the design placement, and I place 2 slits in the top of the paper and push the paper to the top. This also will guarantee that if I do have it's a full cover design, it will also sub to the top of the cup. I was going to cut the bottom off, but I decided against it. Now normally when I put my shrink wrap paper, I would line the seam of the shrink wrap with the seam of the paper, but this time I forgot to. And make sure you put your heat gloves on, because this part is extremely important. I like to hold my shrink wrap paper as I'm using my heat gun to attach it to the cup. And then I secure the bottom and the top and make it as smooth as possible. The smoothest that you do this, it's better for when you're putting it in your convection oven. I don't have a big convection oven, but mine can still stand up once I remove the racks out of it. So I'm just making sure that the paper is nice and tight on my tumbler. I set my tumbler to 375 for 6 minutes, and I turn it often. Okay. Also, I flip my tumbler from the top to the bottom in the process of it subbing. Now, I like to look over my design to see if I can see the design completely. I was seeing the black part of the design, but I was not seeing the pink. So what I do is I take my heat gun and just go over the design for a few minutes, making sure not to burn it, because if you see it burn on the outside, it's definitely going to be burned on the inside. Burnt, sorry. Just making sure that the pink is going to finally start to pop. I'm not sure how long this took, but I did it until I was satisfied. And that's the honest truth. Until I was satisfied to see the pink of the design, I kept the heat gun. And I didn't want to put it back in the oven because it would have been at risk of burning the rest of the design, which I did not want. I just wanted to have the paint popping out, and I was not seeing it. Now please be careful with this heat gun, they get really hot. As you see, I have my heat resistant glove on, and I'm not touching the cup without it because it's really hot. And although you may not see it, the tip of the heat gun is really hot. When I was finished with this, I put it down next to my tape dispenser, and I forgot it was so close, and it started to melt it. So like I said, this is just a tip I like to do, is using a heat gun after I take it out of the convection oven if I'm not satisfied with seeing the design. And I just go over it until I'm satisfied with it. See, the black is popping even more now. And you can't keep it on one spot for too long. You have to keep moving it. All these steps are to avoid burning your cup and wasting your supplies. You are going to burn a few, but if you keep doing this, hopefully you will not. Alright, time for the big reveal. See, I put the gun right by the heat dispenser, and I didn't realize how close it was. So now I take my X-Acto knife and I cut the shrink wrap off. Quick tip, cut your shrink wrap off as soon as possible, because if you don't and you let it get cool, they flake all over the place when you're trying to remove it. Now as I'm removing the shrink wrap, I'm also looking at my design. And I realized, like, although I couldn't see the pink through the shrink wrap, it's there on the paper. Be careful with the X-Acto knife, very sharp, you don't want to cut your hand. Now I love these ombre tumblers. We have them in pink, pink and green, green and purple. This one I'm showing you is a pink with the breast cancer design on it. I'm going to do a video for each of the colors. I believe I did one for the green. But just look at this, takes so much work out of, if you just want something simple and ombre and you don't want to waste all your sublimation ink. It's not a waste because of investment in your business, but if you don't want to use too much of your ink, these ombre tumblers are perfect. Just my OCD cleanup as I go. It's much easier than having to clean everything up at the end. So I wanted to see it before I showed it to you guys to make sure I didn't have any burnt spots. And look at those colors popping. You see that design? Popping, no burnt spots anywhere. Look at it, beautiful. And the ombre, the color of the cup with the design makes it look amazing. So available on Etsy at Planks by Trail, link will be in the description.